Great, great, great.
We're live right now. This is my guest, Rover, who's also a Giants fan, just like me, which is great because,
Yeah.
So I have to ask you a question. How did you feel about the draft? How do you think we did?
I really thought that I'll talk about the Giants.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's funny because I host a show like in Philadelphia, with my dad
Right.
and some friends, and I have to try to always be like the middleman or just be neutral, but now I can be full on Giants, so it's great. But yeah, I thought that the offensive lineman at number 4, I wanted the offensive tackle over like an Isaiah
Yes.
Simmons. I wasn't sure because Simmons, Joe Judge said he doesn't like comparisons. And maybe this wasn't such a huge deal, but Simmons was like, I'm Sean Taylor. I'm like 56 guys on the defense.
Yeah.
And Simmons is a pretty good player. He definitely is. But now that the Giants have a tackle, Andrew Thomas, that just seems like the safest pick on the board.
Yes.
I was super down with it. I was surprised they made the pick.
Right.
Sports Critic. I was really surprised because I was thinking it was Wirfs or Jedrick Wills.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly I was surprised too, but I really wanted Andrew Thomas. If you looked, I did a couple of mock drafts before, and I always wanted the Giants to take Andrew Thomas. I always thought he was the best tackle, because he started off as the best tackle, and then I don't know what happened. I guess the combine dropped his stock a bit or what. So I was really happy with the Andrew Thomas pick. The Xavier McKinney pick was great too in the second round to get a safety like that. I think was awesome. I mean, what did you think about the Xavier McKinney pick as well?
Oh yeah, and that was surprising too because Zach Bond was like right there on the board. I was thinking it was going to be Antoine Winfield just because Winfield can cover so much ground. And the Giants, I know that they went Landon Collins from Alabama, but McKinney is a guy that you forgot about that slipped through the cracks. And then it was rumored like, is he going to be the number 1 safety on the board? Is McKinney going to be the guy? And it was a very decisive pick. The Giants were ecstatic to get him. And McKinney is a guy that they just don't value the safety position anymore. Sports Critic, they just really don't. And that's why he just was there right in the second round. I actually think McKinney is the most exciting player the Giants have. He has the biggest upside. That was a splash. That is the most exciting pick. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I agree. That was the pick that I was excited for the most because I thought he was a first round talent. I was kind of surprised that he fell to us in the second round. I had a lot of other teams like the Dolphins and other teams taking him, but somehow he slipped to us. And I was very excited when watching the draft that we got him.
Was he honestly the guy like when Pittman went off the board, T. Higgins, and I think the running back?
Yeah.
Who did you think the Giants were going to select?
I thought that they were going to take, I don't know, maybe a center or something, or another offensive lineman.
Like Cushenberry.
Yeah, something like Cushenberry.
Okay. But
it was a little too early for Cushenberry.
You thought it was offensive line again.
I didn't think McKinney, but I was hoping McKinney because I know he was the best player available at that time. So for me, us getting McKinney was a great move. Also to pair him with Jabril Peppers, fixes our safety. I think Jabril Peppers is pretty decent. That we got from the Odell Beckham.
And this is a guy that is just really mature and just a great leader and one of Saban's favorite players ever. So. Man, am I excited. This is a player that Joe Judge has scouted for like 3 years. So, dang, this is like that. I love the pick even more like after just all that came out.
Yeah, I just love that we went offensive line heavy. Like, I feel like we went offensive line heavy. And that's because Daniel Jones never had any protection last year. Everybody wants to bring up the fumbles and stuff like that. But obviously, if you don't have an offensive line, you're going to fumble and you're going to get sacked and bad things are going to happen,
And rookies are going to fumble the football.
Exactly.
Quarterback position.
Yeah.
So in the third round, I was not expecting that pick.
Yeah, me neither. No, that was the most shocking pick of the draft to me.
I was like, who?
Yeah, I had no idea who that was.
Yeah, UConn football, Matthew Pert. And then he's a local guy. He's from Brooklyn. And I really thought it was Curtis Weaver. I was excited for Weaver out of Boise.
That's exactly who I wanted, Curtis Weaver. Yeah. Exactly.
We got him now. And then Lloyd Cushenberry went off the board. Denver went and took him. So then it could have been Tyre Breedis, that center you always keep hearing about, or Curtis Weaver. And Weaver, he just ended up going so far late in the draft that there's something that we're just not privy to. It's he had to have some personality issues. There were some underlying things because the whole NFL just passed on that dude. But yeah, it was Matthew Pert in the third.
Yeah, I know. I was really shocked with Matthew Pert. I was like, who the hell is that? But they said he was a guard, I think, from UConn, I was like, okay, let's see. I mean, maybe he is good. Maybe he's just like one of those hidden talents that we don't know about. Like you said, I wanted Weaver. Surprised that we didn't get him,
Yes. And yeah, the pass rush, the edge rushers. I was expecting that at some point, but Matt Pert. So I'm thinking we went tackle, but now that the Giants have Matt Pert, it is super exciting because Nate Solder is eventually going to be off of the Giants.
Yes, thank God. We need that guy out of here. I don't like Solder. Not a fan of him.
I know you don't like Nate. $16 million. It's a shame because I don't like making fun of Solder. I want him to like.
Of course, we want him to be good, but if he's not good, we're going to be realistic and just call him out. In that regards. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it. But we have like a future guy, and I'm Nate. I just think Nate could do a lot better. Like I think he's better than what he's put on film.
Right.
And this is a backstop, and this dude Pert, he really can move. He can pass protect. Now his leverage needs work. He's big. He's raw.
Yeah.
But this is a great fundamental prospect for the Giants.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to work on him, but yeah, he could be pretty good, I think, down the line. Yep.
Yeah.
So I just want to address the chat a little bit. Everybody saying hi, what's up, Rover? And so Colby, Alex, Mile High, everybody, what's going on?
Colby, Arku for Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, and that one guy said Giants will go 10-6. I don't know about that. I would love that. I highly doubt it, but
now, Amir, how high were you last year? What was your prediction before the season last year?
I did not think that. I thought we'd have had 7 wins even last season, or six wins. I think it was. Yeah, 6 wins last season, and I was surprised that we only got 4. I mean, if you look at some of those games, we were really close in winning some of them, and then we blew them. Like the Eagles game, we had to lead the whole game. We blew it in the fourth quarter. There were other games that I recall that were the Cowboys game, week 1, we were winning the game, and then we lost it. So that really was frustrating.
We got bombed down that game.
Yeah. The thing was, I just think I'm happy that we got rid of Shermer because I did not like his play calling. What did you think of Shermer, and what did you think of last season?
Landon with a funny comment. That one guy is so tough on the internet behind a
Oh
keyboard.
yeah. That one guy
is so tough. I'm so tough. No, I just say what's on my mind, and some people might not like it. In case of Landon, but you got to have opinions on here, and you're going to be right or wrong, and it's just sports.
That's the point.
But last year, Sports Critic, to answer your question, I was just so wrong on the Giants because I loved the Kevin Zeitler move.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
I thought that Saquon Barkley with Will Hernandez in year 2, Nate Solder, you bring in Mike Remmers. I actually thought this O-line would really block, and I thought that the defense, I thought Baker would come in and be a stud day 1. I love that pick, Dexter Lawrence. So I thought that this team was a wild card team. I thought Eli Manning was going to carry this team the entire year, man, the entire year. And you know what it was? When I really just was off the rails. So second game of the season, I don't know if you were at the game, but the drive against Buffalo was euphoric. The first game. We ran it down their throats. I mean,
that's exactly what happened in Dallas too. They ran it down their throats. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we came out guns blazing. But in the Buffalo game, that run was just fantastic. It was Saquon. He could have ran for 300 yards. It looked like. Then Josh Allen on like 3rd and 15. We can't get off the field. And when the Bills are putting up 21 points on you with Cole Beasley and John Brown, then I'm like, F this team just sucks. And by the time Daniel was put into the game against Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
Even though like Eli Manning, I love Eli Manning. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Giants fans.
Yeah, you gotta love
I
Eli.
had no problems at all with Daniel coming in against the Bucs because that team, the defense was just so disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Guys, if you have questions in the chat, ask them. I'll read them. But this guy said Logan is a troll. He only count. Yeah, I already know that, Arco. Anybody who says want to be friends, I know he's a troll. What's this say? Someone got salty. I guess they're having their own conversations there. Oh, like the video. Thank you for liking the video. And guys, I put Rover's channel in the description, so please subscribe to him if you have not. Yeah. Great Giants fan. Yeah.
You'll be coming on my channel too, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to come on there whenever you can, you know.
And Alex Sports, he wants to collab. So yeah, just I'll put my email somewhere so that people get a hold of me. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I could tell Alex where to reach you. Because I've had Alex on this show too. Great YouTuber. Yeah. So what was I thinking? What was I saying? Oh yeah, but what did you think of Shermer's play calling last season?
Just so stale, Pat. To use the entertainer's term, just so conservative. We didn't air the ball out, and when we were losing in these games, we didn't take advantage. Like when we were losing to Detroit or Arizona, there was no urgency in the play calling. There were zero explosive plays, and there was no hurry up offense with Pat Shurmur. I think he's a very overrated offensive coordinator. Even Colby on here is a huge Denver
Broncos fan. Yeah,
he
has a question actually. He says Broncos Super Bowl.
He's a great guy, and I love Drew Lock, and like they're a very likable young team on offense. But I'm very worried about Shurmur. I think in Minnesota he got through with Case Keenum. That defense was very good, and Pat he's not an aggressive enough play caller for my liking, and it's just the way the whole team acted in general. There was no urgency to score and get back in the games. We were always losing games.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So stale, so boring. Like you knew what he was going to do. Defenses were ready for it. And also our defense was horrible last season. We had games where we had the lead and then we'd blow it because our defense couldn't stop anybody. We were lucky to win that Tampa Bay game because the kicker missed an easy kick. And so that was Daniel Jones' first win. You know, that was great. I got to give you credit, Rover, for one thing, though, because you called the Daniel Jones and you were just like calm and collective about it. Well, not me, but others on YouTube were going crazy about that pick. How did you know that Daniel Jones would be like decent? Like, how are you so like? Did you watch tape on him? How did that work out?
All right, so I knew that the thing that's interesting, Amir, just to be completely honest, on the show, is I was even having reservations about Jones like up until draft day. This wasn't like a Tua to me, where Tua or Trevor Lawrence is like slam dunk, I'm all in. Even Drew Lock, I was higher on than Daniel Jones.
Me too. Yes, exactly.
So Daniel Jones, though, the thing about Jones is that he, I knew he was a very mature kid, like coming out of Duke, so he was smart. I knew he didn't have a lot of receivers.
Yeah.
I heard him interviewed, so he sounded like Eli Manning. And when you're the quarterback of the Giants, you got to have that stable personality. You're not going to be flashy, like you're not going to be above the team. And Daniel he exhibits every value of New York Giants football and hard work and that sort of thing. And even how he handled all the media pressure. And I loved it, man.
I'm telling you.
I love when fans are against my opinions, and I love being on the island. And
I mean, I didn't hate the pick, but I was just like, let's see, let's give him a chance to see how it works out, But there were people, as we all know, entertain a bad dog. They went their way. It was hilarious. I love seeing that reaction.
Oh
but they did come quick around to finally realize it once they saw the tape and stuff. For me, I was just like, I was surprised because I thought that they were going to either go Drew Lock or Haskins or something. I didn't know that they were going to go. I mean, I heard reports that they might go Daniel Jones, but I didn't know they were going to go at 6 with Daniel Jones.
Right.
Were you okay with them going at 6 for him, or would you rather later?
I was, and I'll tell you why. Because the Redskins liked Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay.
There's also Denver, so you never know in that situation. You're going to be a fool if you you're going to be a fool if you take Josh Allen at 6 and then the quarterback is not taken. And then could you imagine? I know Herbert is good, right? And Tua and Joe Burrow ended up being like a great class, but the Giants didn't get Jones then. I mean, with the quarterback, you just can't mess around when you have the guy that is perfect for the New York Giants. And I think Jones is I think he's a solid quarterback. I don't even think he's like a superstar like a Mahomes or a Drew Lock. Guys have higher ceilings than Daniel Jones, but I think Jones can win. I think he's going to make the necessary plays to make the team win. And I just wasn't freaking out. I've been a Gettleman fan. The Odell trade I was in favor of with the locker room. And so that's why with Jones, I was very calm and I just needed to see it play out. I wasn't ecstatic. You saw the video. I'm just like, relax and let it go.
You were like, it's all Gucci. I've quoted that so many times over just because it's so funny.
All Gucci. And I had a couple beers that night and some whiskey, and I'm just like, oh. And also, poor kid. I don't know. I didn't want to jump on the guy yet. I just didn't want to do that. And it's so cool now to see like the people, that kind of ragged on the pick. Now everybody's getting behind Danny Dimes. It's cool.
Yeah, for me, I had Drew Lock ahead of him. I wanted Drew Lock just because of the arm talent that he has. But then when I saw some of the tape and I saw how he played last year, I'm like all in on Daniel Jones right now. Like you said, I think he could be really good for our team. But so Alex said that I didn't hate the player. I just didn't want to take a quarterback at 6. So who would you have wanted at 6 if it wasn't Daniel Jones, Rover? Let's say you can't take Daniel Jones. Who would you have taken?
Easy answer. It's Josh Allen.
Me too. That's exactly who I wanted us to take. Just because our defense we needed to work on, which I think we did a pretty good job this season.
So good. He was killing it in the early part of last year.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Josh Allen. That for me is pretty simple. I'm going Josh Allen.
The
thing about Drew Lock that's interesting, Sports Critic, is that Drew Lock, he's a Missouri guy, he's Midwest, and he's like kind of a goofy, just laid back guy. And, for the Giants, like the quarterback position, you're the most talked about athlete in all of sports. And I felt that even Drew's personality is better in Denver. And it's kind of cool. Like Justin Herbert goes to the Chargers. It's nice when the fan base likes the quarterback. And for Colby out there in Denver, Drew Lock, it's just to get Drew Lock and for Drew to go second round. Drew landed in a perfect spot for his career. So
for me, like that's why I thought like we could get Drew Lock, but I did not expect Drew Lock to even fall. I thought he was going to go late first. The fact that they got him in the second round, I think, was a steal because I think he's a really good quarterback. I like I said, his arm strength, especially in Denver, you need to be a strong arm quarterback. That's why I thought in New York you would need that. But then when I found out that Daniel Jones was also, I think he was coached by the same guy that coached Eli, right? So that, I know another thing, he's not going to have character issues. He's going to, work his hardest. And he played, like you said, I looked at it, his dropping the passes, accurate passes, but he had no talent there because it was a small school in Duke. Yeah,
exactly. And for Daniel, like he was still a young kid, and he's 6'5" and he's mobile, and you got to be mobile in today's game. And even like when he beat Tampa Bay, like the guy doesn't get too high. Like even when he's winning games, he's that quarterback. He'll give you all the quarterback answers.
Yeah, I was so happy when we beat Tampa Bay because it was like a great confidence booster for him to get the first win, But I was like, I thought we lost that game because they threw that pass at the end and our defense just let that happen. I'm like, how the hell? And then they're right there to kick the field goal, and then he missed it. I was my reaction because I was calling the game, Rover, so I was ecstatic, through that.
On this live, all right. So
yeah.
The thing about the Tampa game is I haven't like cried over sports in a long time, but I was like in near tears after that. Like that was like
and that was our first win of the season, so that was great too.
In fact, it was Dimes' first game.
Yeah.
It's in Tampa. 4th and 5. He runs it in just the previous way. Saquon's limping around, but still celebrating. The defense playing their heart out.
Right.
it just, yeah, it totally, this the first game without Eli, and it just, the changing of the guard just happened immediately. And for Matt Gay to miss that field goal, it's a magical moment. And Amir, you've been watching this Giants team. I'm
For a
sure
while.
you remember the Super Bowls, right?
Of
And
course. So I've been a fan since like in the 90s. Yeah.
yeah. So you remember, you might even be older than me. So you remember.
I'm 30 years old, Rover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot older. No, I'm kidding. I'm like
How old are you, Rover, if you don't
20,
mind?
25.
Oh, okay, not that much. I had no idea.
No. But dude, you remember the Giants win games in these BS, just lucky, crazy ass in the most dramatic of ways, man. Even when Eli Manning beat Denver, and it was Eli Manning to Tiki Barber at the end, or Eli to Toomer. The Giants win, and then Matt Gay field goal was exactly like that magical way that just keeps you on the. It just, yeah, it kept me just sane. And then right, and then next game was Redskins 2-2. And but talk about that Tampa game again, man. I mean, just the emotion of Ingram and all the offense that was happening that day.
Yeah, that was just great. And you know what else I liked about that Tampa game? That showed that we needed to move on from Eli, just because Daniel Jones made some plays that Eli could never make in terms of like getting out of the pocket and running out. You know, he scored a couple of rushing touchdowns. So that was great to see. Like like I love Eli, but you know, we had to realize his time was up, and we have to.
I'm laughing though because, oh my gosh, like the guys on TV, I don't even want to say their names, but
I already know who you're talking about.
You already kind of know. They were like sandbagging Daniel for
all the time,
8 months. And then he comes out, and then he's like, "Is he better than Eli Manning?" In one game. He's like, yeah,
of course, though.
His dime's better than Eli. He can do things that Eli can't do. It's like, come on, the guy won 2 Super Bowls, played for 17 years. Yeah, it's like slow your roll. We're going from here to here. It's like with Daniel Jones, I'm just coasting right in the middle with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, the thing I love about him is that he has mobility, just because like that's where the league is going. A lot of the leagues, you know, most quarterbacks can't run. So if you don't have a quarterback that can't run, it just like it seems really old now, because the defensive linemen are getting faster, everything is moving quicker. So that's the only reason why I love him.
Right. Like Joe Flacco's a good thrower. Matt Ryan has trouble. Nick Foles is not, he can't play full seasons because Nick is immobile. That's why he's not valued. So you're absolutely correct about Daniel Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really optimistic now. I hope he, especially with all the, offensive line people that we got for him, I really think and hope he's going to have a great season. Now, what do you think about our receivers, though? Do you think that we need to get some new receivers? Because that's the one place where I was like, damn, they could have got somebody in this draft, but we didn't get anybody. So.
Right, Tyler Johnson from Minnesota. Yeah, I love watching Minnesota, and Tyler was a guy that dominated in the Big Ten. So I was thinking we were going to go there. Benjamin Victor's getting a ton of hype as a free agent signing. And we all know Victor Cruz was that way. But again, that's a lot to live up to. You got to make the team if you're undrafted. And the thing is, though, that I'm going to say about the receivers and Daniel Jones, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be this type of quarterback that is going to throw for 40 touchdowns and close to 5.
Oh, no, I don't think he's that guy either. No,
he is kind of. He's like a better. I don't want to compare him to Alex Smith, but he totally is a manager in this capacity.
Yeah.
And with Garrett, there's going to be games, he even said, where the Giants are going to throw the ball 15 times. And
I hope we run more. We have Saquon. Let's use him.
And Daniel's going to throw the ball some games like 40 times. So he's going to be, from game to game, you never know what kind of offense the Giants are going to have. And he's just going to be a complimentary quarterback, get the ball out. And I really do like Jones for this offense. And the Cowboys offense with Dak and Tony Romo, they're not blessed with Mahomesian arms either, those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Dak and Tony. So it's play action. It's move him out. Evan Ingram's going to be huge this year.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, my God. Yes, Rover, I've been saying this. I don't want the Giants to trade him. I want him to stay with us, but I just wish he can stay healthy, because he is so talented, I think. He showed flashes with Daniel Jones, chemistry with him, and I think he can be really good for us if healthy. I wouldn't trade him. I know he gets injured, but still, I wouldn't trade him because I don't know what you're gonna get for a tight end. Probably not that much anyway.
Yeah,
So
agreed. I just felt last year, Mir, like just to keep it to last year, I was just so tired. I was so tired of losing these games, and
yes,
even the
I
Dolphins
agree.
game or what. Yeah, it became so depressing. And Joe Judge just is exciting. And this year, I'm very cautious about what I think about this year. What do you think about this year? The record predictions, the playoffs. What are you thinking about?
I went through my predictions, and I have this team around 7 or 8 wins right now because I still think we're in the rebuilding phase. I don't think we're all the way there yet, but like it also depends because I think we can beat the Eagles. Like I do think we can. The Cowboys, I don't know. I think the Cowboys did really well in the draft. And they have a load of talent, and I honestly have them winning this division. But so far, I actually did the record predictions. I had us at 7-9. What do you think about this team? Do you think? I don't think it's a playoff team yet, but I think maybe next year or so.
Yeah, I just hope the guys can get back to training camp.
Yeah.
And but the schedule, I mean, I'm fascinated to see like how the game at Chicago will be.
Yeah.
The first game versus Pittsburgh is like very winnable.
Yeah, it is.
Going to LA is a lot harder than people are making it out to be. Seattle. The schedule is still pretty difficult. The Giants don't have that easy of games, but there still are games that you really want to see if Joe Judge and the team can take care of business. Like going to Cincinnati, take care of business. You play the Eagles on a Thursday, and just more consistency. And even, Amir, if the Giants are losing these games, if they're losing even close games and they're just not closing it out, that's still the sign of maturity.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to be close in a lot of games. We were close in a lot of games last year, and our defense was worse than it is this year. Our defense has improved. We got people like Blake Martinez. We got Bradbury. We got McKinney. We got these players that I think are going to make an impact, and people are overlooking some of these picks, I think. I also hope the guy we got from the Jets, I don't know why his name is escaping me. If you could remind me.
Leonard
Williams, there you go. If he can step up, because last year, he joined the team halfway. He wasn't like, I hope if he can step up, that can be something big for us because we are paying him a lot of money and he has not really produced. So I'm hoping he can do that, for us.
Yes, absolutely. He's just a big target for Giants fans. They love to hate on Big Cat Williams. But I'm like you. I want to give Williams a chance.
One more chance, yeah.
I'll tell you the guys, though. I'll be kind of a contrarian and just tell you guys that I'm just not excited about anymore.
Soldier.
I've been a Giants, homer with a lot of these predictions, but Lorenzo Carter is just never going to be, unfortunately, the guy that we all hoped for because he had a lot of potential. I think James Bradbury, I don't think he is going to be an absolute stud. I think he will be okay. I think he will get burned deep on the field. There's no doubt. He'll probably be the best corner on the team. BJ Hill, I don't know if BJ Hill's ever going to be the guy that he was like in the rookie season. But defensively, there's a lot of linebackers now. Like Cam Brown is going to be a guy that maybe will see the field. Carter Coughlin, I think, is going to see the field. So there are some linebackers that are exciting. And the defense.
Yeah. What about Blake Martinez? What did you think about him? The signing of him, Blake Martinez from the Packers.
I think he's very good in run support. Not a perfect player by any means. He's
of course,
in the open field. He's going to get burnt. So a lot of people hated that signing, but he's a Stanford guy. I'm fine with Martinez. That's a good.
Yeah, me too. I was fine with it. We needed linebacker help. Yeah, he probably can't cover that well, but he can stop the run, which some teams are able to run all over us last season too. Exactly. Colby had a question. He says, "What quarterback do you compare Drew Lock to?"
Great question. You know what? I'm just getting bothered for 1 second. So can you just continue the show for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Do what you gotta do. So if you're asking me, Kobe, what quarterback do I? Oh my God, he has a strong arm. I think he could be really good. He was one of the quarterbacks that I wanted in the draft. If we didn't get Daniel Jones, I would have been okay with Drew Lock. Especially we could have got him in the second round, which is amazing. So I'm trying to think of a quarterback, somebody with a strong arm, but like a Matthew Stafford, but better. He has a chance to be better than Stafford, I guess. That's just who I would say. If I'm going really old school, I would say like a Brett Favre. Just hope he doesn't throw as many interceptions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Arco. Like Matthew Stafford has been pretty good, even though he's had a couple of bad years. He is on the line, so let's not forget that. And Matthew Stafford was a first pick overall. Yeah, that's what I said, Brett Favre. Yeah. I hope that doesn't offend you, but yeah. Hey, Papi Chulo Chat, what's up, guys? Ask your questions. I really want to get people from the chat involved. I know it seems like I'm not reading everything you're saying, but I am. But you guys are fighting with one another. That really doesn't help me or anybody. So yes, please do that. Rover is just taking a break. He'll be right back. He's just got to do something quick, I guess. Go Magic. Yes, Daniel Barry, what's up, bro?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's cool. I understand. Sometimes you just have to step away for whatever you get. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go back to Lock. So Drew Lock, I was thinking about who I'd compare Drew Lock to.
Right.
And it's not easy because he has a big arm. He's kind of mobile. So
I feel like Matthew Stafford type kind of.
That is a dang good. That's a pretty good comparison there because he does have a big arm.
Yeah.
Let me think of it. Let me think of an example. How about Culpepper? Maybe Dante Culpepper.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna give Drew Lock. I'm not going Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. That's so premature.
Yeah.
Even Cunningham but I just think Drew Lock. I think he's a guy that'll attempt very difficult throws into tight coverage, a little Kurt Warner-esque in that regard. He could be very accurate.
Right.
And Farvian for sure. He'll make some boneheaded decisions with throwing footballs in the traffic, but that's why it's such an interesting dynamic with Shermer there. And on all the hype, now that Drew Lock is Jerry Jeudy, he is Jeudy. He has the guy Hamler. And they're already anointing Drew Lock, which isn't good for the kids. You don't want to anoint him.
Actually, they have so many receivers and stuff that he's going to have a lot of pressure this year. They're going to expect big things from him. Hopefully, he can produce. I think he can, but it's only going to be his second year, and he didn't even play the full season last year. And he had an injury, so hopefully he doesn't get injured or anything like that. I wish he plays well. That was the guy that if we didn't get Daniel Jones, I was okay with getting Drew Lock. A lot of people were laughing at me, but I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback. Some people say he is, and some people love him. So it's like either love or hate with it.
Giants fans are nasty.
Eric says, Rover, how many bowls will Mahomes win? Oh my God. So we had a question from a Chiefs fan saying, how many Super Bowls do you think Patrick Mahomes will win? Will he surpass, or will he be the next Brady, I guess he's saying. Yeah.
Unfortunately for this Chiefs fan, absolutely not. I'm going to dampen this kid's day.
He's a huge Chiefs fan. And
I think maybe one more championship, at most 3. But I would say one more Super Bowl, because even Peyton Manning, when he was at the Colts, he only went to 2 Super Bowls. Andy Reid is a guy that usually could get you deep in the playoffs. He can't usually win, and of course he just did recently. They're going to have to pay Patrick, and that defense is not going to be as lights out. It's so hard to win championships. It has nothing to do with Mahomes. It's all about the pieces around you. I still think Patrick will win maybe another MVP, maybe 2 more. He's that good. He's one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I doubt that they're going to go on a dynasty, though.
Yeah, I think a lot of Chiefs fans are thinking that. I mean, the AFC still have some tough teams like the Ravens, you know. Yeah,
Colts.
speaking and the Colts. Yeah, the Colts I have as a team that could be really good, especially with Phillip Rivers and that offensive line. I think that offensive line is one of the best in the league. Um, yeah, so who do you have winning the NFC East?
I have the Cowboys winning the
Me
East.
too. Me too. I hate to say I picked them last year. I don't know. I hate
You weren't that off. It's either
Rover. I
Cowboys or the
hate the
Eagles.
Cowboys because in the '90s they ruled the '90s, right? And I mean, after that, they haven't been really anything special, but still, it's just from that young age watching the Cowboys. I know a lot of people hate the Eagles, but I don't think the Eagles have had the success like the Cowboys, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
No, I'm the opposite of you.
You hate the Eagles on this one?
Yeah, well, I'm from the Philadelphia area.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from the Philly area, and the thing is about the Dallas Cowboys is that maybe this is slight age gap, but I never saw them like ever win a championship, and
Oh,
they're
yeah. That's
always
the
the
thing.
team. They're never a threat to me. They're always so overhyped, and
Yeah.
they come crashing down, and you almost feel sorry for them, because they lose in agonizing ways. They're not really threats. The
Yeah.
Eagles are big time threats. Andy Reid every single year would get them to the NFC Championship. The link I think the link is a much harder place to play than the Cowboys. I think there's a lot of Giants fans who go to Dallas. If you go
Yeah.
to a game in Dallas, the fans are much
That's
calmer
true.
people. It's Texas. Um, the thing is about the Eagles is the Super Bowls, the Nick Foles, the double doink, the fan base is just ruthless. Now the thing is about the Dallas Cowboys, I totally get you're from New York, so I
Yes.
completely get why you hate them because there's so many kids you grew up
There's
with.
so many Cowboys fans here, Rover. I'm telling you, there's more Cowboys fans here than Eagles. Just surprising.
In New York.
Yeah. That's what I
Oh
knew.
yeah, because when you grew up, there's all those bandwagon kids.
Oh
Right?
my God, so many.
Oh my
So wait, how did you become a Giants? What, did you always grow up in Philly and live there? How did you become a Giants fan instead of an Eagles fan?
Well, mom's family's from New Jersey, from North
Oh,
Jersey,
okay.
and yeah, the Eagles fans, man, are just they're just I just don't get along with them. They're just
Yeah, I will say the Eagles fans are more ruthless than Cowboys fans. I will give you that. But it's like I said when I was younger, it was the Cowboys running the stuff, and I seen them win 3 Super Bowls, while the Eagles I've only seen win 1 Super Bowl
and
overall.
you've been to Giants games. Giants fans, it's hard to even get them to stand up on third down. They're quiet people when
Yeah,
these games, man, and it's tradition. It's a traditional fan base. It's not really like the Jets either. It's a real, built on storied tradition, storied coaches, and a pretty classy organization all around. So, and the Eagles are just a lot more flash, a lot crazier, and just love being like they love being that team that just gets under everyone's skin. They love everybody hating them. So
okay, but this year I think the Eagles didn't have that great of a draft. I didn't like the picks that they really did. They could have done so much better for their team, especially with Jalen Hurts. Like I think he's an okay quarterback, but I think second round is a little too high on him. What do you think about that
million
for him? I mean,
million%. That was the worst. That was the worst pick of the draft.
I don't know what they were thinking.
It's awesome. I love when Carson
The
Wentz.
funny thing about you saying that is usually you like to see the other side, but even you're like, I can't see what they were doing in this point.
All on the majority. I'm all on the bandwagon there, and I love seeing Carson Wentz pissed off.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want Carson Wentz to think about Nick Foles. I want Carson Wentz to be off of his game and think he's getting benched. And I want there to be quarterback controversy. I want the fans to be clamoring for Jalen Hurts. And I'm not even afraid of Jalen Hurts.
Oh no, me neither. Yeah.
You watch quarterbacks too. Jacob Eason is a bigger talent. Even the guy the Jets got is not even bad. Jalen Hurts is a great kid and all. His story is tremendous, but he has a loopy release, and he's not a good quarterback. I'm fine.
Yeah. So is it true? Wait, I'm reading the chat. Someone said you had hate for Sam Darnold. You don't think he's that good? Is this true?
Yeah, that's a very good mention.
May I ask why that's the case? Because I
The
really
Jets
don't know, and I
fan-
really would like to
Jets
figure this
fan
out.
will burn me to the ground, man.
Yeah, Jets fan asked us. So
I have these beefs. The Jaguars, Blake Bortles, but one beef I'm not on the right side on is, Lamar Jackson. That's one of my biggest misses thus far. I said Lamar wouldn't be this special, and Lamar is fantastic right now. But
yeah,
Sam Darnold, I just haven't liked Darnold's game for such a long time. And Davis Webb, like I don't know if you went back and watched, like I was the biggest Davis Webb fan.
yeah.
And when he went to the Jets, I'm like, Webb's getting in.
You really thought Davis Webb was gonna start there?
Oh yeah. So Darnold, I'm just not high on Sam Darnold, and that's pretty much the story.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm not a big Sam Darnold guy either, but they have to stick with him now at least for a year or two because they drafted him. They got to see what they have.
Yep.
And but maybe he'll be a little bit better this season. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Jets. Do you think that the Giants should have got Logan Ryan or no?
Nah, because the Giants have so many corners.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a lot.
Darnay Holmes, Sam Beal, and the guy Ballantyne. You got a lot of guys to throw in there.
I already answered the Super Bowl thing, Eric. We went through the Chiefs. We already answered that. Yes. Adam Gase is not a good coach. That's why Darnold isn't good. That's what somebody said in the chat. Our coach said that in the chat.
Darnold wanted Adam Gase, that was the guy that Sam wanted, and so you got to overcome coaching. Peyton Manning had Adam Gase and still did pretty well.
Wait, Chiefs, Saints, Super Bowl, or Ravens, Bucks? What is basically, what is your Super Bowl prediction? Eric wants to know, the Chiefs fan, that you dampened his mood.
A very good question. Very good question. In the NFC, I'm still going to take San Francisco.
Okay. I respect that. I think they're probably going to go back too.
That was safe, right? Safe.
Yeah, safe pick.
Now I'm going to have a little bit more fun with the
Denver Broncos. Last year.
Broncos will be good. I'm going to take Buffalo to take.
Buffalo. Okay.
Little Buffalo, but Denver could be there. It's just a little soon for Denver. And then yeah.
No, I was just thinking, because that was the same prediction you made last year, was the 49ers versus Denver. And Denver didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Right. And I said Chiefs 49ers, right? The year before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What about you? Where are you at now with this?
With this, I actually have the Ravens. I just think they're so talented on the defense. I know Lamar has let people down, but I think this year it may not even matter because of how much they stacked up. They got Patrick Queen. They got Calais Campbell. They really stacked up with already a stacked up defense, in my opinion. Yeah. And defense wins championships. So Lamar, all he got to do, not turn over the ball, which he doesn't really do that much.
J.K. Dobbins running the football.
And, I could see the 49ers, but I don't want to be safe. So I'm going to go, trying to think here. I want to say Saints because I want Drew Brees to get his last Super Bowl before he retires. I really respect Drew Brees. I think he's a great quarterback, great guy for the league. But I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if I should pick the Saints. It's so hard. The NFC, who to pick on that side?
Yeah, with the Saints.
I don't think it's the Buccaneers. This Buccaneers hype is too much.
I agree. I mean, they'll be all right. I can't see them making a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go.
Really good pick.
I'm gonna go with the Saints. Yeah.
Oh,
Saints.
You know what team I'm really thinking of actually going with in the NFC, which is kind of off the beaten path?
What?
It's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Minnesota Vikings. They do look a lot better. I do like the picks that they.
This draft is just
their draft was amazing.
Yeah, Jefferson now. They're sleeping on Minnesota.
That's where the Eagles messed up. They should have taken Justin Jefferson, but they let Minnesota get him.
Right. And then Minnesota had so many picks. I loved what they did. They got Troy Dye from Oregon. They got a lot of defensive tackles in the 4th round. Lynch from Baylor, and the Vikings.
I see that.
Can rock and roll. Man,
It's just
I like Minnesota and Green Bay. Green Bay's in flux.
Yeah, there's just one question I have about Vikings, though. Do you think Kirk Cousins can carry them to a division title?
He's got to be like complimented by Dalvin, by the
Yeah.
defense. He's good enough to certainly win.
Right.
He's certainly
is.
like Jimmy G. He's good enough. He played really well last year, so I think he's fine.
Oh my God. What the hell? Somebody said that Breeze will definitely win another Super Bowl before he retires. I don't know if that's a definite. I don't think that's a definite, but we'll see.
Probably not, actually.
Yeah. People forget how good like Bill Belichick is. Do you think the Patriots will take a big step back without Tom Brady, though, or where do you have them?
Nah,
No?
I mean, I like Buffalo, but the Patriots are definitely making the playoffs, and Stidham is going to be a good quarterback for him.
Oh yeah, there we go. We got a controversial topic here. I mean, is I don't know what to think about Stidham because I haven't really seen him play in the NFL. You know, he has only played for a little bit. I want to see him actually play, so I'm not going to judge the guy until I see him play. That's what I'm gonna say.
If you had to guess, did you watch him at Auburn? I mean, what is
this is actually funny. A few weeks ago, Patriots fans was bringing him up, and some of them actually really like him a lot. And I was actually looking at his tape, and I did see some stuff that was pretty impressive for a guy. You know, they got in the 4th round. He could be pretty good. He can move out of the pocket. He can make some of the throws. I do like him, but this is the problem that I have with the Patriots. They didn't help him out by getting any receivers. I don't know who he's going to be throwing the ball to. Do you still think Julian Edelman has it in him? I mean, he's getting older too. N'Keal Harry, I don't know how good he is.
I don't think that the receivers are that important. I just think that
Their
Belichick
defense,
up on this
defense is pretty good too.
There's no way I see them going 7-9. You know, Belichick has so much to prove without Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, he's going to try his hardest this season.
Exactly. This is where he loves to be. He loves to be the underdog. He loves this role. He loves everybody hating him.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bill Belichick used to be a Giants coach. Both parties are more likable. I think the Patriots are a lot more likable without Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers certainly have a lot of likability as well.
I agree with you on this because he was trying to get rid of Brady like a few years ago. Even before they won, he was like, yo, I'm down with Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't need Brady. That's what he was saying. I think he believes in himself way more than any quarterback, actually. Like, he believes in his defensive scheme, and he thinks anybody can be the quarterback at this point and lead them to a Super Bowl.
I'll give you a hot take right here.
All right.
I think that Jarrett Stidham will have more success than Kyler Murray.
Ooh, that is a hot take because Kyler Murray has a lot of weapons over there in Arizona.
He does. But Jarrett Stidham, all Jarrett needs to do is be given a chance, and he'll be a fine quarterback for the Patriots. And he can win big. He can win big as that quarterback. Stidham
is lucky to be in an easier division compared to Kyler Murray is in one of the toughest divisions, I think, in the NFL, you know?
Yeah, and Kingsbury, I mean, people are really crowning Arizona now. That's what happens in the offseason. But Kingsbury at college was nothing. And
yeah, I remember that.
Even last year, he didn't really even do that well. And that defense, I don't see Kingsbury being elite in any way. And Murray is a solid quarterback. There's some things that Kyler certainly needs to work on. But yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, when you have that much hype, I mean, even look at Baker Mayfield and all the weapons. It's very hard when you have that hype to back it up.
I mean, I agree with that, but see, this is the thing. I did like their draft a lot. They got Simmons later on. They got the offensive tackle that they got in the 3rd round, which could have been a late 1st round pick. I thought that was perfect for Kyler Murray to get more protection too. And I was actually looking at Arizona's offensive line last year, and he had all day to throw. And he's going to have even more time. And they've got some pretty good They got a linebacker from UCLA that I like. Like, they are improving. They got Jordan Phillips from Buffalo that nobody's talking about. A great nose tackle. So I think they could improve.
Yes. Jordan
I don't know. Kyler Murray has DeAndre Hopkins too. He has so many weapons, and he has that Christian Kirk. And I love Kenyon Drake. I think he's a pretty good running back as well.
Yeah, I want to see him do it over the long haul. Isabella too. I want Andy Isabella to start balling.
The thing is, we do have somewhat of a we have a sample size with Kyler Murray. At least he started last year, played games, so we can see where he is. He won Rookie of the Year. Stidham we have no idea what to expect. He could be really good or really bad.
I'm just saying that more based on Bill Belichick versus Kingsbury because I like Kyler Murray. I liked him in the draft. He also competes. That's the thing about Murray. So I actually think Murray will probably be successful, probably err on the side of him being successful, putting up numbers. I'm not sure how he's going to do in the playoffs.
He will be more statistically better than Stidham, but Stidham can be like efficient because he has a much better team behind him. He wouldn't have to do as much.
Exactly. And the thing about Kyler, he does have that alpha mentality. Like when he played the 49ers, he expected to win. He went into Seattle, and I think he won.
He did win one game in Seattle. Yep.
Yeah, so he's not afraid. He stepped in there first week of the season starting, and that's Kyler. He's been built for this with his dad and everything for such a long time.
Right. Yeah, I like Kyler Murray. I think he could be really good in this league. I mean, he had a pretty good season last year. I guess we'll see. He has way more talent on the offensive side than Stidham. I know it doesn't matter, but just like in terms of the statistics, I think that's where it's going to matter.
Yeah, I just think, though, that you're going to see like a Patriots tight end like this, Owasu, turn into something brilliantly special. I mean, you even look at Chris Hogan and like what happened with the Patriots.
But like Bill Belichick really doesn't care who his quarterback is. He even started Jacoby Brissett there, and he was really ready to start Jimmy G and wanted to get rid of Brady. He was really to do that. And I'm pretty sure if Jimmy Garoppolo won that Super Bowl last year, he would have been so pissed. He would have been like, I told you.
That's right. That's right. You watched the two Bills, right? Bill Parcells and Robert Kraft took over from Belichick in that instance.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Garoppolo fan now. I really like Jimmy G, and I think that he gets a bad rep because of his team, but he's certainly very good as well.
Oh, Eric says, who do you think is going to have the biggest downfall and then biggest uprise?
Great question. Let's start with the negatives, right?
Rover ready for the negatives already. Let's go.
Negative hits. Oh, man, I already said it. I'm going Baltimore. I mean, I know you like the Ravens, but Calais is a pretty good player, and they just have so much hype, and rightfully so. But I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are winning that division.
Whoa, that is a hot take right there, guys. You heard it here first. Rover said Pittsburgh over Baltimore. The first person I ever heard say that. Okay, continue. I like that, though. Cool.
Yep. That defense, Big Ben coming back, Lamar Jackson, another year for the NFL to kind of scout his style, and I can't see him being prolific like he was last year.
That makes sense. He's definitely going to take a step back. I agree with that.
This one might be a more popular one that you actually might agree with.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans.
Biggest uprise?
Downfall.
Oh, downfall. Okay. I could agree with that, yeah.
I don't even see playoffs. I see Tannehill. I thought that was a massive mistake. He's so average. They got swept up in a couple of games in which he looked adequate. You have Derrick Henry. It's kind of like the Jaguars a couple of years ago with a good running game. That defense is going to get older. You have the Colts in that division. The Texans, I'm not high on the Houston Texans. I like the majority. That offseason was disaster. Yeah. Actually, this is really going to surprise you.
All right.
I am not quitting on Jacksonville being a player.
What? This is surprising.
Because look at the Jags defense. You got Caleb Von Chason, Josh Allen, CJ Henderson, Miles Jack. This defense is studly in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your down teams? Who do you see taking a downfall this year?
Yeah. I see the Packers taking a downfall. I don't think they got Aaron Rodgers the weapons. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they took another running back. They already have good running backs. They had literally the worst draft. I don't care what anybody says. I could see why they take Jordan Love, but like I didn't think they needed to do that. I really I think they should have at least got a decent weapon for Aaron Rodgers. They failed to do that. And like you said, Minnesota is the team that I have with the biggest upside and biggest uprise in that division. I have Minnesota winning that division. I think that they're going to be the best team because with the great draft that they had. Now, if I'm thinking about AFC, I agree with the Titans. Downs, they're not going to be as good. But the one that you didn't talk about was the Colts. I think that they're going to improve. Right. And they have a big upside because I think that offensive line, they got Jonathan Taylor, they got Marlon Mack, T.Y. Hilton, all these weapons. I think they can be pretty good.
I think Denver could rise up.
Yeah, Denver too. Yeah, I have Denver rising up. Yes, I do. Because I love their receiving core. So it's such a good receiving core. They drafted pretty well. I like it.
Yeah, Oakland has some players now, but their schedule is the hardest schedule ever.
The only thing I have problem with Oakland is they took too many receivers. They have like 10 receivers on their roster for no reason. They also signed Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, they just did?
Huh?
They just did, actually?
Yeah, they signed him this season.
I didn't hate it, though, man, because need some freaking wide receivers for Derek Carr. And
they drafted 3 receivers over in the draft, and they drafted 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, but they also spend money in free agency.
Oh, yeah.
On the defensive side. But now you don't need them again, you know? So I didn't hate it. They're going to be all right in a couple of years, maybe. I don't even know what they're going to do with Carr, though, in the court.
I think the Raiders are the most confusing team. They like to be controversial. They take all these guys that you don't expect in the draft. Like what? They took a cornerback in the first round that could have went in the 3rd or 4th round. Right. What was that about? Like, I have no idea what they were doing. And the thing is,
so they get proven right. Like Farrell, though, yeah. Like I like sometimes what Mayock does.
Yeah, I mean, they could be right. I mean, I did love the Ruggs pick. I did like that pick. I think that was good. Now, I just want to talk about the Eagles again for 1 second. I don't know why they didn't take Justin Jefferson and they took Rhaegar. I was not a big Rhaegar fan. What is your thoughts about Rhaegar and the fact that they got him at that pick?
I think Rhaegar will be all right, but he's not Lamb at all. He's not Jefferson. Even T. Higgins is better.
Yeah, T. Higgins. There you go. You could have got him too. Yeah, he was better.
I think Rhaegar will be a decent player, but the fans already hate him in Philly, and he'll just get that negative stereotype put on.
That's not a good thing. You don't want that. Yeah, you don't want negative stereotype right away as a rookie. That hurts so much. And like also, some of these teams, they're obsessed with speedy receivers. Now, I understand that that's great to have, but it's good to have those guys who are great route runners and that can dominate the field, like a Jerry Jeudy. I love that pick. That was a great pick by Denver.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, great pick by Dallas, even though we are not like.
That's 1,000,000% right. Teams want to beat Kansas City, but Kansas City's Kansas City because of Patrick and because of Andy Reid and just skill. So you can't just get all speed. All speed doesn't work.
Eric says, who you think will be a bust and players who will rise? Loves these rise questions.
Crash and burn. Who's going to crash and who's going to burn and who's going to rise?
That's so tough to say like that.
Well, it's fun because you don't know about these guys.
It's all speculation at the end of the day until the season.
And Mahomes, I speculated him being very, very good, and that was a lot of fun. A guy that I think, let me think of a guy that will maybe fall. I think that Mekhi Becton's overrated.
Oh, I'm getting this like Jets hatred from you, Rover.
It's not completely though. Denzel Mims is a very good pick.
Yeah, they got him. They got him late too, which was a pretty good pick for them.
Let's think of the guys that'll crash and burn. Believe it or not, like you said, you loved Henry Ruggs. I just think Henry Ruggs is more of a speedster.
Yeah, that is exactly what he is. But that's what Oakland was looking for.
So, but I want more route runners. So
yes,
a team that will crash like Atlanta, like the Falcons. I don't really like their draft. They're not really heading in any direction.
Their draft was so weird. Yeah, I didn't really like it either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, AJ Terrell. They're trying to rehabilitate Todd Gurley, and Let's think of the other big busts like in this draft class. I don't I don't hate Jordan Love. So some of the quarterback stuff, I
No.
don't totally. I think this is a very talented quarterback class. I
Yeah,
think
me too.
everybody
I pretty much like most of the quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, everybody has a chance. I think Edwards-Helaire is a phenomenal pick. I think the running backs are actually really, really good. Detroit going with Okudah.
Yeah.
Detroit has an easier schedule, but at the same time, I don't love how they're building their team either.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think they took Okudah because they let their cornerback go, Darius Slay. Like they traded him away, so they're trying to fill that need, and they filled it with Okudah, hoping that he could be the next best corner for them. So I see why they did it, but I see why you don't love that pick at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it's so hard to say who I think will be a bust because it's like,
it's so early in the career.
So early, yeah. It's like, and the draft literally just happened. Like we didn't even get preseason. If you said, watch some games in preseason, I could kind of evaluate better. You know what I mean?
If you were to predict Joe Burrow, what do you think he's going to end up doing?
I think he's going to have a pretty good season. I really do. The only thing I hate for him that sucks for him is that offensive line. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But in terms of talent at the wide receiver position and his running back Mixon, I think he could have a decent season. I think what he will have is a good statistical season, but not a good record. What do you think about Joe Burrow?
Now, I don't think Joe Burrow is going to be like the transcendent. He's not going to be like Aaron Rodgers. And I'd be dead wrong if he's like a Tom Brady and ends up winning all these games. I think Tua, like if Tua stays healthy, boy, could Tua just be
Tua can be amazing. Yeah, he can be the best quarterback in this draft if healthy.
Yes. I think Burrow is going to be kind of limited. He'll be solid though. He's not like he's a hard worker. He'll figure it out.
I mean, he went from a 5th round draft prospect to a 1st overall. So that's he worked hard that last season.
That's exactly right. So Joe Burrow, I don't think he'll be that good though. He's not going to be transcendent. I'll say that about Burrow.
Yeah.
What do you think about Josh Allen of Buffalo?
I think I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. Everybody I know doesn't like him that much, but I love how he plays. He plays he's so tough. He tries to run over people, which I think he needs to stop doing because that's going to injure him. But the only thing he needs to work on is his accuracy. But I love his arm strength and his talent. I think he's really talented. And I think the fact that they got Stephon Diggs is going to help him because he can stretch the field. You got Stephon Diggs. You got John Brown. You got these weapons that I think, and Singletary as a good running back. And I think they drafted another running back too. So, yeah, I'm liking that. I think people hate on Josh Allen way too much. What do you think about Josh Allen?
I agree. I'm a big Josh Allen fan, and Josh is a guy you can win with. He's not going to be the most consistent, but he's going to, I think if he hits some deep balls this year, he even was making do with, John Brown.
That's all he had, really. John Brown and Beasley.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I liked him. I really am high on him because he also took the team to the playoffs, which is something, respectful. Like he is a winner, even if you don't like. Wow. So that one guy says Bills will miss the playoffs. You heard it here first. I mean, I would be shocked if that happened. I really would be. But what do you think?
I did pick Buffalo in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's happening. I can understand you saying they're not going to win.
But you're right.
But not playoffs kind of.
There's 3 wild card teams. But here's
the thing. On 7 teams are getting in. Guys. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I think it's too much. But
me too.
Buffalo, I think the Patriots could still win the AFC East. I'm picking Buffalo, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either because of Belichick. That's the only reason why I wouldn't be shocked. If they had any other coach, I'd be like, nope. But they have Belichick, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Patriots, stop saying they're going to go 7.
Oh. Yeah, Rover, I have to get your take on this. There's a Patriots fan in here, right? He wants his team to tank so they can get Trevor Lawrence. What do you think about that? I don't see Belichick ever tanking, but he said 2-14. That's what he wants.
And then Tom Brady would have all the bragging rights, and I mean, come on, Bill Belichick had the most Belichickian draft of like getting all these versatile guys, all these linebackers from Alabama and stuff that you can plug and play. And there's no way in heck that the Patriots are tanked. There's no way ever that they're losing that many games. It's never happening for the Patriots. They're going to be competitive all the time. Matt Castle was decent. Brissett, Garoppolo. It is no way happening that they're going to be amongst the worst. I would be stunned.
Yeah, I would be shocked too. But what I was shocked about, one draft pick was that they took a kicker in the 4th round. What did you think of that?
Yeah.
And they didn't even take the best kicker.
Yeah, exactly. That dude was kind of a wild pick of just wiling out. Yeah, exactly. That kicker.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And the fact that they let Gostkowski go because he was so good.
So many picks though that they're just like, screw it, we're going. Yeah. But then they got back to picking defense.
Yeah, that's what I was not expecting that. If that was later on, I would have been like, okay, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the thing about, and also going back to the Raiders, they always do these weird picks in the draft, though. Don't you think they every year they do this? It feels like, and they did it again.
They got that guy Tanner Muse, the white boy out of Clemson.
Yeah,
they're gonna convert him to a linebacker. He's supposed to be a 7th-round pick.
I mean, maybe they know something we don't know, but
and the Raiders, they always love speed, and Colleen Farrell last year.
Yeah, that was a shocker last year too.
Hayward Bay.
Hey, oh my God, Hayward Bay. Jamarcus Russell. That was terrible.
Amazing.
They took a kicker in the 1st round, Janikowski. Why?
Russell was just considered a god, so.
They could have had Calvin Johnson, yet they took Jamarcus Russell. I get they needed a quarterback, but come on. He was not a 1st overall pick.
I mean, he was a beast, though, so that's what happens, You fall in love with, college and that sort of thing.
But I also think, some of these guys that come out of college, people are just thrusting them right in. Sometimes I think it's good to take a year off for 2 years and develop yourself. And then, this happens with quarterbacks. Even Mahomes didn't play until later in his 1st year. That was a great thing for him,
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it's up to you to figure it out, eventually as a quarterback. And I think if you're going to be good, you're going to be good. You're going to figure it out.
Oh, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying you become more – sometimes it's good to just, watch the game and become more ready.
Even some of the guys that said that they've gotten hurt, Darnold, Allen, they actually said blessing in disguise because, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. Especially for a guy like Herbert this year. They have Tyrod Taylor. I think they should just play Tyrod Taylor for most of the season.
The whole year? No, we got
not the whole year, but for most of the season.
5 games.
Yeah, if they're winning with him, just keep going.
And you unleash Herbert.
But I don't. I don't think Tyrod Taylor is a bad quarterback. I think he's a great game manager.
He's fine.
He can. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, somebody says Seahawks, Vikings, Saints, Giants. Somebody has the Giants winning the division. What? That one guy is being a homer right now because he's a Giants fan. Yeah. Buccaneers, 49ers, and Packers.
Giants win the division. I mean, that would be stunning.
Yeah, that's what he has. Giants are not winning. I would be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm just praying for any sort of wins. I'm anything.
Yeah. I just don't want to be. I just don't want to have 4 wins again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just be in that stage. And I want to beat the Eagles for sure.
Eric says, who's going to cause the most drama? What do you mean by that?
Probably means a player wanting to get out.
I don't really think it. Odell Beckham, by far. He's going to want to get out of Cleveland. He always wants to get out of teams. That's what he does.
It's so funny.
You think it is?
How about DeAndre Hopkins? Like Hopkins getting pissed at Kyler?
If he doesn't throw him the ball, he will.
I'm trying to think of who's going
DeAndre to. Hopkins I don't really know if he caused that much drama. Maybe he did behind the scenes, but
we got some Jags in Dockway.
Yeah,
just keep them there. Fournette.
Somebody said Carson Wentz. I don't think that's happening.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Oh, with Jordan Love. Yeah.
That's a perfect one. Aaron Rodgers. But
that too.
Yeah, listen, Amir, this was a blast, man. I got to get going pretty soon, but I loved it tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean it's great. And so you got to go now. I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's great. Thank you for stopping by, man. And let me know when I can come on your channel. And
Like these hour shows, like after an hour. Yeah, I love doing like the hour, and yeah, I'll come on again. I had such a good time with everybody tonight.
yeah, yeah. Alex, if you want Rover's email, I can send it to you too. No problem, Alex. But yeah, so definitely let me know when the next time you're streaming that I can come on. I'll definitely come on.
Yeah, maybe like early next week or very, very soon. I'm gonna have you on board.
All right, perfect. Sounds good.
Right.
Guys, subscribe to Rover Sports. That's his name. His channel link is literally in the description. Subscribe to him. Great Giants YouTuber. I love talking to you. It's our first time doing this, but I feel like it was just a natural, which was
man, me and you, yeah, exactly. We have a lot of fun, and see you all the time. So in the comments, and it was great to come on, man. I had a blast.
yeah. So there you go, Rover. You want to say anything before I end this out?
I didn't want to end abruptly, but
I mean, no, you're like, oh, you gotta go. I understand. I got you.
Yeah, I did the hour, and I really liked it. I really liked it. And yeah, I want to thank the fans and everybody listening to the show. And you're sports critic. You're really impressive. Got tons of sports knowledge. You could hang toe to toe. Talk any sort of team in the NFL, and you can even do even more just broad-based NFL, man. You're great at it. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And that is what my channel is. I'm a Giants fan, but obviously talk broad NFL at the same time. So I just want to thank Rover again for coming on. We're going to end this stream.
You know what, Amir? We got to hop in a fantasy league. You live right
in I would love to.
You live in the New York area, and if there's football, it would be so much fun to go with Tainer and get the game together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hopefully, if the fans can attend the game, I'll definitely try to do that whole meetup that they did last year. I felt like, I wanted to be there.
Yeah, sit in the 300 level and let's go have a good time.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. So, yeah, like I said, subscribe to Rover. Great guy. First time on the channel. I'll be on his channel probably next week. Yeah, so I'm just going to say see you guys. See you around the bend. See you in the next video. And peace out, everybody. Have a good night. And thank you for watching, everybody. Rover, you want to say anything before I close it out?
I'm good, man. Thank you guys again.
All right, cool. Peace out. Okay.